Hi, this is Miss 1111. Welcome to What's the Four Ones. I'm really excited today because I have a really amazing person that I'm going to be interviewing today. His name is Sinphany.
What's up, guys?
This is Sinphany. He's got a really interesting story. The whole basis of the channel is speaking with different people that are doing different things and stepping outside of the box, living their dreams, pursuing their passion. Just really making an effort to do something that is going to be amazing and really taking the time to make it happen for themselves and really working hard. So this is Sinphany. How this whole thing happened was, it's kind of interesting because his managers actually went to high school with me and I've known them for years. So it was kind of like something that was just brought to me. And a lot of times with a lot of the people that I interview, it's kind of weird because it's like people that come into my life in different ways. I mean, all kinds of different ways, but always have some type of unique gift. So when they were telling me about him, I was like, this is so amazing. Like, this is really cool because not only does he produce his own music, does he write a lot of his music, he records his own music, he's blind. So that was really amazing to me because I'm like, wow, I mean, how is this all of this even happening? Like, how did this even happen? Let's start with who you are, where you're from, and we'll just go from there. So where are you originally from?
Yeah. Well, first I want to say thank you for having me here. This is pretty cool. My first podcast, if you want to call it.
It's a YouTube channel.
Yeah, our YouTube channel. Yeah. So whatever we're doing, it's you're first. So I want to say,
and you're my first because you're the first person I'm interviewing. So
that's
first,
cool.
let's cheers to that.
There you go. Cheers
to that. We drink Coronas on my YouTube.
On the YouTube channel. That's it. Like drink champs. Now, so how did it start? Well, I wasn't born blind.
Okay. So that was one of my questions.
Yeah.
So how did this all happen? So where are you originally from?
So I'm from Puerto Rico.
Okay.
So from Carolina.
Okay.
And basically, I was raised there and everything until my mom wanted to get divorced, and then from there we moved to St. Cloud.
Oh, okay.
That's like 25 minutes away from Kissimmee.
Yeah. Woo, K-Town. Shout out.
And then basically, we kind of started everything evolving here, and then we moved to Miami. But in Miami, I wanted to come down for the summer to visit some of my friends, and then I come to find out during that visit that I started having some eye problems. So I started getting like headaches.
How old were you around that time?
I was 12 the first time it happened. 12. Yeah, so I was 12 years old, and then all I remember is I was just wrestling, and then I started getting a really bad headache, and then I went got a rest, and then woke up, couldn't see out of that eye. Oh. So it was kind of crazy. It was like, is this happening? What's going on? What happens from here? So then from there, I had to actually go back to Miami, and then I went to a eye institute. And the eye institute is Bascom Palmer, which is like the best eye institute. And so we went and did that, and then basically that was, it was kind of really scary because, at the age of 12, your own doctor tells you you're going to be in an 8-hour surgery. Oh, wow. So it was kind of crazy, yeah. So
8 hours.
8 hours, and then not only that, but then it was like a whole month recuperating in a hospital. So then it was like almost like being in jail, in a way, because I was like dying to get out. Aww. Like when you could like go out on the balcony, and you could see like people being outside. It's like I could relate in a way of people like when they go in jail and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, get me out of here. Right. So then when all that ended, it was like a new me. It was like now I can only see out of one eye. And then you start thinking about, who's going to start accepting you. Are you still the same? Are you still going to have the same friends or whatever? Mm-hmm. So it went fine. It actually went fine. I was in a private school, and I wasn't like one of the like famous people, but I had a name for myself there. Mm-hmm. It was really cool. Mm-hmm. And then it was, not that I'm saying that it was really cool, but I lost my right eye at 2 years right after. Oh. So same concept. It was just basically. Is there
I'm sorry to cut you off, but is there like a certain like scientific name for the?
Yeah, is fibrosis dysplasia. Okay. So that could grow anywhere in the human body. That's basically a bone disorder, and the typical normally grows sometimes usually the knee, the hips, ankles, and what it is just the bone replacing the tissue. So it's just growing faster than puberty. So I'm like 1 out of 10 people that have it in the world, but in the skull. So basically, there's nothing wrong with my eyes. It's just basically the optic nerve was getting damaged due to the pressure of the bone. So the optic nerve is your main thing. It's like going from cable. You know, you got your TV. From the TV goes from the cable line to your brain. Right, you know what I'm saying? Right. So it's just the cable that got messed up. So there's supposedly there is a way to cure it in Japan. I mean, it's just insurance is not covered by it, but it's almost, I believe it's like $60,000.
Oh, $60,000?
Yeah, it's like 60,000. But I mean, that's the whole point of all this. That's the whole reason we're really doing the music thing. It's basically awareness for one. You know, just knowing. Absolutely. You know, not to stop at what you're wanting to do, and know that you can make it. You know. Right. I'm not saying I'm there, but I know that eventually somewhere or another it's going to go around.
Yeah, absolutely. Speak it into existence.
So I mean, it was pretty scary because when I lost my right eye, I couldn't go to school anymore due to improper material, you know, to teach a visually impaired person how to teach and stuff. So I lost 2 years of school, but the cool thing was that whole school that I went to did like a field trip for my birthday. So I had like maybe like 50 students in my house. Aww. You know, it was crazy. And then I got the cake and stuff. It was pretty cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
You know, you gotta look at the good thing and bad thing.
Yeah, you gotta look at the good things, definitely. Something that you remember, so it obviously made an impact on you.
Yeah. So I was always in music. Music was always in me in that school. I won't forget, I was like in 5th grade and I kept hearing the marching band. You know, I just heard the band and I didn't know any rhythm. I was just tapping away and I said, I'm gonna be that one day.
Wow.
Yeah, so then like not even a year later, I was already a part of it. You know,
of the marching band?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Did you like play like an instrument or something?
Yeah, I started with the cymbals, and then from there, and then I moved to the snares. But then you know, when I lost my right eye, I mean, I said, wow, this is it. What happens now? You know, it's like being reborn again. Mm-hmm. That's the only way I could really describe it to you, because I mean, you come from knowing how to do something, and then now you got to learn how to do it another way. You know what I mean?
That must have been like, so this all happened when you were 12-ish.
12 and then 14. Yeah.
14, and then that's when both eyes it completely just happened. So. How did you transition into that, like walking and, you know, like everything? Like you just had to redo everything?
It's crazy. It's crazy, and I'm not saying that I was ignorant, but it's just that you don't know, you know, especially it happens at such a young age, you know. So
were you angry at all? Were you like, why is this happening to me? Like
I was just really frustrated, and I was frustrated like how to adapt.
Right.
More than anything, it was just I wouldn't say it was always why me. It was just more like how am I gonna adapt to all this? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it sucked because I came from that era where the kids, you know, had Super Nintendo. You're just focusing on video games. So then that was like my biggest thing, you know. Aww. So I said, okay, so I need to find another way of escape. Like how am I gonna entertain myself?
Right.
So I didn't have anything at that time. So at that time I went. My mom was trying to find me different ways of like kind of to adapt, how to get to know me, like what is blindness, you know, like how do you go around it. So then there was these like different schools that they'll teach you independence. So then they teach you how to, you know, you ask how you walk. So at the time I couldn't see anything. I was completely blind. And then it started like drastic, like not drastic, like, you know, slowly I started able to see peripheral vision. But at the time, I couldn't see anything. So then I had to get a cane. I had to figure out how to get my surroundings around. How to start reading. How do I function with a phone? How do I type? Because if there's anything I appreciate is the typing. Because I mean, that's another way of communicating. If you can't talk, you know how to type. You know what I'm saying? You can still try to find a way to communicate. So that to me was always an essential. Like I'm not gonna. You know, I'm not gonna not communicate. So and I always liked the computer. So I adapted to that pretty easily. From there, from there, you know, we had to figure out a school for me. We had to figure out a way of like, okay, so my studies. So I went to the school that Ray Charles went to.
Really?
Yeah, I went to the school.
I was gonna ask you like if he was any type of influence to you or anything like that. Or
yeah, no, it's crazy. I almost played with him, believe it or not.
Wow.
I met all his producers from
Really?
Japan.
Oh.
Yeah, he was doing a show, like some star show. I forget what it was, but I was gonna play with him, the drums and everything. That was gonna be pretty neat. But then that's when he recently died. Excuse me, that's when he died.
R.I.P.
Yeah, rest in peace. So I went to school, and the whole music thing, how I came out with that is just that, once again, I was depressed. You know, when I went to this blind school, you're not with your family anymore. You know?
So it was a school that you had to go away?
Yeah, you gotta go away,
wow.
and then depending on the mileage, then if you were at a certain amount of mileage, then you can't go back home for a whole month.
Wow.
So you know, so this was like, not only am I just being blind, but then now I'm away from family. Right. You know, it's just like, I don't even know anybody here. Like, what is this? You know, and then once again submitted into university. Everybody has some blindness that you don't even know what it is. It could be albino. It could be anything. You know, and it's just like, wow, there's so many things out there, and it's like, wow, you know, how many places do support. You know, blind individuals. And I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking in general. Like, I was lucky enough to see what I could see a little bit, so I could pass, you know, my program to become an audio engineer. But you know, at the time, so then when all this was happening, I was like crying every day. I had to figure out a way. Like, okay, you know, this is gonna be my life. I gotta you know, try to pursue whatever I'm trying to do. And then that's when I met another blind kid, and he's also from Puerto Rico. His name was Hector, and I always saw him, you know, bringing drums, and I was like, yo, you know, that's pretty cool. You do that, and he's like, yeah, you should try to join the band or whatever. So, funny short story is that I was just trying to, you know, get myself away from everything, and then they had a band class that they needed some musicians and everything. So then the only thing I knew how to play at the time, like I said earlier, was the marching band. So here I am when I heard about drums. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, you know, playing drums. So then when I go in there and I'm about to do the rehearsal, I'm seeing a whole drum set for the first time ever. I don't even know what none of this stuff is.
Okay.
And he was like, yo, just play me something. And I get the drums and you know,
okay, yeah.
You know, just play just the regular marching stuff or whatever. He's like, no, I'm sorry, this ain't gonna make it. And
no.
but it's cool because that's where it started. You asked where it started, and that's where it started.
So it started from your friend with the band, with his drums and stuff.
Yeah. So then it was just like that. It was just basically, you know, like now I have an instrument that I want to dominate. You know, like so. And then the cool thing about this instrument is that you're dividing your mind into three. You know, you gotta have your feet on the kick. You gotta have your hands on the snare and the other hand on the hi-hat. Okay. So now that became a challenge, and I like I said earlier, I sucked at rhythm. I couldn't play for anything, and then I gotta really be a person to say, you know, practice makes perfect. That's definitely.
So you
something.
Just practice and practice
and practice. I was just practicing. They gave me a little drum pad. And I just kept, you know, tapping on like, yo, I'm going to do this. I'm going to be the drummer for my high school band. I'm going to make this happen. Because I remember being outside in the crowd and just listening to just nothing but the drums. I don't know what it was about the drums that it was just like, boom. So then when I go and then I start doing my tests and stuff like that, I'm passing them, you know, like, all right, perfect. Let's just keep going with it. And so I became the drummer.
Wow, so you made it, right?
Yeah, I made it.
Cool.
And then
I love that.
And then I also made it to the public school high school band.
Wow, okay.
So I was playing for St. Augustine High. And then from St. Augustine High, I even got a scholarship to go to UNF.
What?
Which was in Jacksonville.
Hey, this is amazing. I love it. I love this. I love everything about this.
Yeah, so then from there, it was awesome. It was the whole jazz band, whole jazz camp. That's what they specialize in UNF. So nothing but jazz. So I started to appreciate that type of music as well. You know, just all around. You know, music is awesome. It doesn't matter where it comes from, as long as it can express yourself.
Right. Absolutely.
You know. So then when that whole thing finished, I'm like, okay, What next? I'm always thinking about what next, what next. So then I go to college, and I don't know what I want to be. I thought I was just like, okay, yeah, like I don't know what I want to be. So then I go into performance.
Okay. Like performing, like.
Yeah, like performing, like, you know, just like, you know, basically what that means is, you know, you have an instrument, and you're trying to pursue a performance job, you know, like gigging, you know, being on tours with artists, and you're playing the instrument for them and stuff like that, things like that. So then, I was doing good in all my regular classes until the piano class started coming into play. I'm like, oh, smack, most of these people know how to read piano. How am I gonna read piano? So then I'm like, okay, let's just see what happens. So the teacher has no idea that I can't see or nothing. So that I'm in the class, and she's taking everybody take out their books or whatever. And I'm just standing there, but I'm like, all right, you know what? She's gonna find out one way or another. So then when everybody's already starting to play, she notices that I'm just sitting down. And I said, well, how come you're not doing anything? I'm like, well, man, like, I can't see. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Wow. So then she was like, all right, well, if this ain't for you, then don't worry, we'll figure out some other course or whatever you want to call it. I'm like, no, man, that's not gonna happen. I'm gonna stick this out.
Right.
So then, as the whole class is going, I'm like, all right, well, I could listen and I have good memorization. Okay. So then I thought about just getting a tape recorder. So I grabbed the tape recorder and I told the teacher, listen, there are certain tunes that she wanted us to play at the end of the week. So I just told her, listen, just go ahead and play the tune. I'll listen to it. I'll keep listening to it. And just tell me how to place my hands. So then she recorded it, and she told me how to place the hands. And then at home, I would just practice. And every Friday, I was acing every test.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. So then I said, this ain't for me, though, because this is not what I want to be. I want to record. Because my friend Hector that I was telling you about earlier, he also did that.
Okay.
You know, he was doing the recordings.
And he was blind too.
Yeah, he's visually impaired and everything, and he's doing amazing. But
shout out to Hector.
Yeah. But yeah. So then I started seeing him recording, and he was recording, well-known, artists in the urban, music industry. He was actually gonna be one of the Mambo Kings player. Okay. One of their teams and stuff. But then shit got shady, whatever the case might be. But
okay.
But
shade happens.
Yeah, so but me seeing all that, and I was going there and I was just playing his keyboard, like, yo, these sounds are hot. They were just, the quality, Mm-hmm. So then I started getting into music. So then I started buying a little here, buying a little there, and then keyboards and different equipment, and then I go to college and I want to go in that industry. And then the professor's like, well, you won't be able to, take this course unless if you can see the waves on the screen. Oh. So then I'm like, all right, well, another obstacle. Here we go. Mm-hmm. How am I gonna do this one? So then he goes, no, but don't worry. I think I have a solution. So I thank you, Apple, for all this, but the Zoom in technology and the voiceover, I mean, it helps me every day.
So you have like a program?
No, it's already built with the Apple. You just.
That's on all Apple.
Yeah,
products.
all Apple products. Yeah.
Okay.
So I have an iMac, and then basically that's what he was showing me, an iMac over there at the time, and he was like, okay, well, can you see this? I'm like, well, I see something, but I don't know what it is. So he's like, all right, well, how about now? So he kept zooming them in until I was able to see the waves. Oh. So they're like, all right, if you can see that, then you can be in this course. I'm like, yeah, sure, fantastic. So I was able to pass the whole course. So I graduated in 2009 as an audio engineer for Valencia.
Wow.
Yeah, kudos to that one too.
That's so dope, because there's so many people that don't even finish stuff that they start and they don't finish and they don't get anywhere. But, it just shows you that perseverance. Like, if you really believe in yourself and it's something that you really want, you can do it. Like, you can do anything, and that's dope,
Yeah, so that was that. And then I said, okay, well, what about making an album? And at the time, I wasn't singing, I wasn't doing any of that. I was just, I always like being on the mic, like amping things up. I always, like we had like a team of like maybe 15, like different genres of music into one album. And then I was just tired of chasing everybody, just tired of it. Okay. So then one day, one of my managers, a cousin, helped me write a song. You know, it was just like the beginning of it, and then I started finishing, and then that was like the beginning of everything. That was like back in 2011.
Okay.
That was like 2011, and then from that point, I got married and divorced, and I stopped with the music, and then
life happens,
and then that's when it hit me. That's when it hit me. Do music, but this time it's something told me like, just do it on your own. And I started like doing little here, little there. But I'm like, it doesn't sound too bad. It doesn't sound too bad.
Yeah, because you sound really good. You sound very natural. Like when I was hearing your stuff, I'm like, wow, like it's good. I don't speak Spanish, but I did listen to. I had some people that I know, like some friends of mine, listen to it, and they're like, he's good, and I'm like, yeah. I mean, because it sounds very natural. It makes you want to dance. It's I love it.
Yeah, no, I'm going to talk a little Spanish a little bit, pero no, honestamente la música es bien refrescante, la música te va a llevar a ese romance, o sea, a mí me encantan las mujeres, me gustan todas las mujeres, todas son bellas, y para mí ustedes lo que me hacen manejar la música, tú sabes, de seguirla creando otra música. Basically, all I'm saying is that the majority of my music is just basically romance. I love women. women to me is my drive. And that's what makes me go to pursue another song.
Yes.
But yes. So
we'll make you sing forever. We always got shit going on.
Shit all around.
We're always fucking something up, making somebody mad, in love, out of love.
Yeah. So. No, but it's cool, it's good to know that that I could actually motivate someone to do something. It doesn't have to be music. It could be anything. I don't care what it is. Even if it's a gardening or anything like that, just right. Do it. Just do it. Don't let no one feel you pity for nobody, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. That's yeah. So that's big. That's big. Yeah. And never feel sorry for yourself, right? Like just do whatever it is. Even like with this whole thing that I'm doing, I'm like, I was like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? I'm like, I'm just gonna do it. Like, sometimes you just gotta do it, and just see where it goes. And everybody has gifts. I think everybody has a story. Everybody has a story. I mean, I've met so many people that you sit down with them, and everybody has a cool story, and it's. You just got to keep going in life. You can't feel sorry for yourself. You can't let the world bog you down. You can't be, living in fear. And, you've got to walk outside of that, because that's where things happen for you, was when you walk outside of fear. So that's amazing. I think your story is just so amazing. I just have so many questions.
Yeah, no, ask anything you want. I just wanted to kind of show you that.
So I know that, like, you produce, you record, and you write a lot of your own stuff. But, I need, like, how does this happen? Do you have that voice thing that, like, talks to you and you record and do everything?
No, it's well, you gotta know your computer, your computer skills. So it's not just, you just tell it what to do. Okay. It's not like Siri. But I have enough vision to get around the computer, as far as, like, I know what that window is, even though I can't see it. I don't know how to explain that to you. It's just like Command N shows you find there, and there's different strokes that you could do in order to get to where you need to be. And the computer tells you, depending on what kind of command you do, it'll say, toolbar, it'll say Pro Tools, it'll say that, so that every time you hear that, you just press enter.
Okay. All right, so it's all you get quick. I'm sure you're fast at it now. Yeah. You can do it. I was watching you on your phone. You were like, I was like, damn, that's good.
yeah.
You got this thing down.
Yeah. So it's that, and then the whole way how I record myself, it's like I said, it's an escape. I don't even know what I'm gonna say.
It's like off the top of your head.
Yeah.
Like, I was watching something on Instagram where he was like, that's him just on the top of his head, just freestyling it, and I'm like, wow, that's dope.
Yeah, it's fun. I go in there and I just hear the beat, and I just ride. And I wish I could talk about other subjects. Trust me, I wish I could, but it's just not me. Right. It's just like all these songs, guys, or whatever the case might be. They talk about killing, murders, I don't want to talk about that.
Right.
I just want to talk about some motivation, something to get
what
you.
This is about. Like, I love that.
Going.
Right. You get tired of all that. Shoot 'em up, kill 'em up, bang bang. Look at me, I'm amazing. My car, shut up.
Yeah, no.
Well, there's other things in life, and we're progressing into a better state of consciousness, and we're ready for positivity and things to be better. So thank you for having that happen. We need it.
No, I appreciate you. And then, you know, my biggest influences, I love listening to Daddy Yankees. You know, those are like my two main.
Yeah, that was my other thing. Like, who were some of your influences?
Yeah, those two.
So you do the Spanish reggae.
Yeah. So. And then when I just listen to them, I kind of say, okay, well, how would he do this? And then how would they do that? Okay, so how would I put it together where it won't sound like them, but it'll sound like them? Where like, oh wow, you know, like that song I just sort of, you know.
But distinguish yourself to not like.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And that's hard.
But different.
And I feel that's hard. I feel like that doesn't. It just either you have it or don't have it. That's the way I feel, because you know how many people I met that they get on the mic and they're good lyrically, but they're like,
they sound like everybody else.
Either they sound like everybody else, or it's just not it. Like they try to sound like someone
that they're not. It's not natural.
Yeah.
It's not natural, right?
And it's like, I feel that you'll know when it comes, because once you find it, you find it. You know, and I feel that's the way with me. Like I just go in. And if I like it, I like it. If I don't like it, I keep going until I know it sounds good.
Right.
I even like last night. That's why I'm not really getting too hyped up, because I'm a little raspy. You know, I was going that new song, you know, for hours until I made sure that it was right.
Perfect for you.
You know, and the way that I do it is that it's, you know, like all this top of my head. So I'll just go in there, and you know. You know, I ain't get influenced by smoking. I gotta smoke.
Okay,
well, whatever. Cool. But 420. Thank you, because that's my creativeness.
Puts you in that zone. It puts you in that creative phase.
Yes, creative in that phase. But you know, I go in there and then I'll just start talking here and there. You know, I'll just start saying something. I'm like, oh wow, look, that sounded pretty good. How about we tweak it? Let me go back in there. I got good memorization. So, oh shit.
It's okay. You're good.
We're good.
Yeah, you're good.
We're good. I'll hang it. Yeah, so you know, then once I tweak it, it's nice, you know. And then I'm like, wow, did I just do that? Like at the end, you know, when you just start hearing like, wow, like that harmony. I was one of those that I didn't even know how to even sing, like how to even harmonize or anything like that.
Wow.
So and then the whole harmony thing, I once again, it'll just come. I don't even know. That's something you can't be taught. I feel that you just can't be taught. You just gotta know.
No, I think that certain people have gifts, and I think that God has His hand on your life for everything that you've been through, and you pursuing and keep going and actually being talented, because it's not just about you just being blind and you just have a story. It's like you are talented, like you're really good. So I appreciate that. That's what's dope about your story, and I think that that's just amazing. And
yeah, I even try to conquer my fear. One of my biggest fears, heights. And I had the opportunity to go snow skiing.
Oh, wow.
And once again, that's crazy. How are you gonna go snow skiing and you can't see?
Yeah.
Right? So it's just basically they'll teach you like how to ski, with a bamboo stick so you're hanging on. And then once you have that hang done, they'll have a guide that's about like 10 feet away, and then they'll say right, left. Break
God.
this now.
I can't even freaking snow.
Imagine,
scared to snow ski.
That's crazy. So I did that I'm talking about up there. If anybody knows Snowmass in Colorado, it's one of the biggest mountains up there, and it's like you're like 7,000, 10,000 feet.
What the hell?
Yeah, and you're basically looking down, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. They just tell you it's pretty steep. Just do it, and I just did it. I'm like, wow.
How do you with trusting? Only because just like for me, I feel like it's so hard to trust people. And if you can't see, so that's that kind of makes things a little bit harder. So how do you pick up on people's energy? How do you know you like somebody and this person is not gonna steer you literally the wrong way?
It's you said it perfectly. Is you feel energy,
right?
You just feel it. That's something you don't need to see,
right.
But luckily I have a team that I known at the age of 12.
Right.
Practically.
So have you guys known each other since little?
I known Frank. I know him, two of them for a while. Jose, I just started to get to know not too long ago either.
Okay.
From a while ago too. But just that you can't have too many people. They say you have having more than what you could count in one hand, it's a lot, right? So, but no, definitely, I pick up on that. There's people that I talk to and stuff like that, but I'm not gonna tell them, oh, I don't like you. You know, you know what I'm saying? What I mean? But yeah, no, definitely. But I do pick up on that, and when it comes to the money side and everything, and I believe in my team. I believe in my circle.
Aww.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope, because that's hard, because there's a lot of negativity, and there's a lot of shystiness, and there's so much, conniving, and just a lot of bad that can happen, and so it's really good that you have a team that you trust and that are, that's good. I love it. So that's cool. Wonderful. Let me see if I have some other questions here. So, what do you envision for yourself moving forward? Like, where do you see yourself in 5 years and 10 years from now? Like, with music, with, what do you, if you can have your dream of like where you want to be, like, what would be your dream? Do you want to just, make money so you can be proactive and talk about, blindness and this disorder and the things that come with it, and kind of bring awareness to that, and then just it be that, or do you just want to just go all the way and just?
To me, it's just simple. I look, whatever God wants to throw me in, I'll put myself in there, But to me, like, what I wish it could happen, and I mean, it's just, I don't know. Like, I go to concerts and I get goosebumps when people, sing that artist's song. When the music all stops and everybody just sings. Yeah, that to me is like the greatest gift. So I wish that I could do that, but not just there. Like, I wanna have like where I'm, where if God willing, if this goes out and everybody knows me. Like, I want to do a concert, like, in charity, like, everybody. Like, I'm talking about, all type of, kids with eternal diseases. I'm talking about people in wheelchairs. I don't care. Like just everybody being united. It doesn't matter what you are. Like, I want a concert like that where it's just all about awareness. You know what I'm saying? Like that. And then just knowing the fact that could happen. You know what I'm saying? And then that's what's going to make this, being
more of a purpose.
More of a purpose.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
I don't know. I when I get inside that music world, it's wow, it's what I vision, and it's pretty cool to actually hear what you do. I'm like, to this day I hear it and I'm like, that can't be me. I hear it, and it's just
you're like, is that really me?
Yeah, no, honestly, that is bugged out. It's bugged out when you actually hear it back, and you're like, yeah, that's hot.
Yeah, music is beautiful. Like, I love music. I've always had like a connection to music. I can't sing or anything like that, but I've always met really talented people in music throughout my life, and I never really understood why or what my connection is with music, but. I love music. I am a big, I'm a music fan. I'm a fan of music, all types of music. I was just, before we came, I was in here just playing my playlist, and I think KB probably thinks he's like, this girl's playlist is probably got a little weird. But music is beautiful because it unites everybody. You could hear a beat and you could dance. It doesn't matter where. It's universal, and it's a beautiful thing. So I think it's really dope, and I think that it's beautiful how you're pursuing this and just not letting anything stop you, just going for it, putting your all into this, making music, you're making your music, you're producing it, you're recording it. Like, there's so many people that have, that dream of being in music. I feel like everybody's always like, oh, I want to be a rapper. Oh, I want to be this, I want to be that. And it's like, they have everything at their disposal, you know what I mean? And they don't, they don't, take it to where it needs to be. They don't give it the hard work and the ethics and the something that you have to be at every single day. You have to give it your all. So that's beautiful, I mean, if you can do it, anybody can do it. Really, honestly, you got to inspire you. This is about inspiration, if you have a gift or you love to do something, like, let nothing stop you. He's blind and he's making music. He's producing it. He's recording it. I mean, he's doing this. I mean, if he can do it, you can do it too. Pursue your passion. Like, we get so, stuck on just, like, I was saying in my intro video, like, every day 9 to 5, working, family, kids. It's like, okay, you're living, but are you living your dream? Are you living you're just existing. but you're not truly living your life and just doing something that you love. We can't just, this is what, you know, I hate about life is like people have these talents and these gifts and they don't pursue them. They you know, and then you die, or they get to their death, they're like, what did I do with my life? All I did was work. You know what I mean? Like I never did what I wanted to do. I love to paint. I love to, you know, music. I love to draw, and I never did anything with it. You know, I think everybody has a gift, honestly. I think we all have something that we're good at. And I just think that a lot of people just brush it off. And I think it has a lot to do with fear and being scared of stepping outside of the box. But I mean, you got to do it at some point. You know, you got to try to do something different. You never know where it might take you. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't go anywhere. Well, oh well. At least you tried. You know. So I think that's dope. So yeah. So can you tell everybody like how to find your music, where you know all that type of thing, and
really we have a couple platforms, but the main two will be just an IG. It'll be TheRealSinphany, and I'll spell symphony for you guys just in case. It's S for Sam, I for India, N for Nancy, P for Peter, H for Henry, A for Alpha, N for Nancy, and Y for Yankee. So Sinphany, TheRealSinphany, for IG, and then also in our website, rebelrecords.com, and then Rebel is hyphenated, so REBL, no E in between the B and the L. So REBLrecords.com, that's where most of our music is going to be playing, upcoming events. If you guys also need some help recording, you could hit us up there. I'll do whatever I can to get your music out there too. So this is where you help me, I help you, we're in this together.
Yay.
So
I love that. So cool. So yeah. So, and on the website, you can watch your videos and listen to your music and everything, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. So you guys, we need to, we need to support each other, and I think that he's got a really amazing story. If you, what would it take you 2 seconds to go and follow him and keep up with his story? Because I think that he has a great story and we all need support somehow, so support him. It's about support and just listening to his music. If you like it, share it, whatever, this
comment it doesn't matter, good,
comment,
bad reviews, that's all
just
all it takes,
Right, exactly. So this is what it's about. It's about people who have a story, who are living their dream and pursuing their passion and not allowing anything to stop them. And I think that that's beautiful. Good for you. I wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you.
I'm going to be definitely following your story, and maybe in a year or two we could sit back down and see where you've got. I think you guys were saying something that you might be going to Colombia and doing some traveling and stuff. So good luck with that. God be with you. Let him continue to guide you and just put you where you need to be. And one day people are gonna be singing your song, like you said, and everybody's gonna be singing it, and you're gonna be up there, and you're gonna be living your dream. And I pray for that day to happen for you, because I think that you deserve it.
Thank you.
So thank you so much for coming on my show. You're my first interview.
All right.
Woohoo! Yes, we love that. So I really appreciate that. That means really a lot to me. So you're always going to be somebody special to me because you're my first interview. So I was nervous too. I was like, I'm always nervous for everything. I don't know what's wrong with me. But I'm getting better. Getting better, you guys.
That's it.
So it's it's just going to take some time. But thank you again.
Thank you.
And shout out to KB, my video guy. I'm wearing his shirt.
All right.
Yeah, so he couldn't do any of this without him. So he also does video, and he also does music, and he also does photography. So you're gonna see all of that. All of the links are gonna be, he's gonna input them however he does. So thank you. So
Thank you.
So this is What's the 4 Ones, and we just want to thank Sinphany for coming and talking with me today. And I hope you guys take the time to listen to him and support me and support our movement of living your life, pursuing your passion, stepping outside of the box. And thank you. Okay.
Hey.